A sip of this solution every half hour should stop you from falling asleep.
How do they do that?
With magic, of course. Haven't you been listening to a word I've said?
You're not normal, Benjamin Sniddlegrass.
Benjamin Sniddlegrass and the Cauldron of Penguins.
Let the school year begin.
Extraordinary 1 minute and 10 seconds. It is an actual movie, and its world premiere is on Monday. We haven't missed it. And it's in Australia.
Simon, we're in England. It's Friday. We have missed it.
It is possible to get to Australia by Monday.
Have you sorted it out?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we could say we're going for the tennis.
Could we?
Yeah, we could say we're there as part of FiveLive's coverage of the tennis.
Do you think you might have blown that by saying on national radio we could say we're going for the tennis?
Okay, fair point. Right, the man who's faulted all this is Jeremy Dillon. He's in a studio in Sydney. Hello, Jeremy.
Hello, Simon.
What on earth have you done?
Well, that's an excellent question. Well, I heard the Good Doctor's review of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief back on February 12th last year, and as soon as that title came along, I was inspired. I mean, that's a great title. That's up there with Surf Nazis Must Die or Teenage Nymphoid Barbarian from Dinosaur Hell was one of the great titles, I think. And it inspired me. I did a poster, I did some sort of comedy press releases, put this stuff up on the internet, and then some people sent it into your show, and I was faced with a rather surreal experience of you reading it out on air, and this deluge of fan mail, mainly from Finland and the Netherlands, started to come into me, encouraging me to make the film. I asked you for advice, and you two told me to go ahead and do it, so in a very real sense, it's actually all your fault.
Fair enough. The most important question, I was going to put this at the end, but Mark asked me to say it at the beginning. Do we make money out of it, Mark and me?
Money?
Yes.
I don't know. Sorry, you're breaking up.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So tell us the plot, and people will have listened to that and thought, hang on, this is interesting. You've got Fairport Island, so there's a number of kind of show jokes that are going on here. And extraordinarily, you have Stephen Fry.
And that really is Stephen Fry. That's not someone pretending to be Stephen Fry. That is Stephen Fry.
Indeed, it is the man himself, the man I've idolised since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. He's in my film, which is, of course, absolutely ludicrous. Now, the story of the film, it's about a young redhead from Cockfosters who discovers one day that he is a wizard. So he gets out from under the thumb of his domineering Aunt David Morrissey and journeys to Australia, where he is taught magic under the tutelage of Mr. Pentangle and eccentric Bavarian filmmaker Werner Herzog. But as a romance blooms with fellow student Scarlett McKenna, he must face the malevolent machinations of Lord Emmerich, a Machiavellian misfit maniac with the head of a gorilla. Also, skiffle music.
Right. And was that the skiffle? Is that the kind of a skiffle-ish soundtrack we were hearing there on the trailer?
Indeed. I put together a fictional rockabilly skiffle trio called Johnny Leroy and the Impulsives, with a guy named John Sewell from a ska punk band and two other musos I know, and we headed into the recording studio and cut a few skiffle songs, sort of a slightly Dodge Brothers-ish, early Elvis, Buddy Holly, that kind of thing for the soundtrack. So that's in there.
I've seen a video of them on the internet.
Which
I imagine it must be from Benjamin Sniddlegrass, yes. But
it is indeed. That's Famous, the song by Mike Carr and Nicky Bennett that we recorded, the music video for that. Yep, that's up online.
I imagine there was some fierce rivalry to get the key role of Benjamin Sniddlegrass. Who got the nod?
Well, it's a young man by the name of Andrew Gristy, and in fact there wasn't any rivalry because I wrote it with this guy in mind, and had I not secured him I probably wouldn't have made the film. Now, I've known him for a few years. He's done quite a few independent amateur musicals around Sydney, so he's got a lot more charisma and presence than you'd expect from a man of his age, but he being a redhead obviously made him suitable for the part, and also being able to play the nerdy, skiffle-loving guy at the start of the film and the bequiffed rock star he becomes towards the end of the film. So that's what Andrew is there for.
Did it cost a lot of money to make?
Well, I paid for it all out of my own back pocket, so it couldn't cost too much money, but the budget's come in at about £6,200, which is about 10 grand Australian.
Wow. So I would imagine what you would quite like to do, apart from anything else, is to get that back.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I just ask, I'm sorry, this is a really foolish question, but I feel like I'm slightly out of the loop here. Is it a proper length movie? I mean, how long is it?
It's 70 minutes and 44 seconds.
So it is a proper. I mean, for £6,000 normally somebody would knock together 5 minutes. He's made a whole film. I mean, a whole film with a beginning, a middle, an end, a plot, characters, a title, and Stephen Fry, and Skiffle.
And Skiffle, yes, all the essential elements of a major motion picture.
Well, we're kind of flabbergasted, really. What kind of release is it going to have, Jeremy?
Well, we've got the premiere at the Dandy Newtown Monday night, which is almost completely sold out now. As soon as the premiere finishes, you'll be able to go on benjaminsniddlegrass.com and buy the digital download version of the film.
Very good.
And the DVD version, which we're currently recording audio commentaries and doing documentaries for the special features for, that'll be out a week or two afterwards. And I'm going to do a sort of a Benjamin Sniddlegrass roadshow, like they used to do with like Gone with the Wind and some films in the earlier days of cinema. They'd go from town to town showing the film. So we'll probably have another Sydney screening later in the year, one in Melbourne, and it's been suggested by a few of the Cauldronites, a few of the fans, that I head over to London and do a screening at the Phoenix East Finchley later this year.
Well, I mean, there is no better screening room than the Phoenix in East Finchley.
Have you tackled the question which I posed right at the beginning of this, as I heard on the clip? How many penguins can you actually fit in a cauldron?
Well, you'll have to see the film to find that out. The Cauldron of Penguins is sort of one of the central mysteries of the film. Lord Emmerich is trying to discover what is the Cauldron of Penguins. Benjamin doesn't think he knows the answer. But as the film wears on, you start to sort of see how there is really a cauldron in all of us, and what the Cauldron of Penguins symbolises in the wider world.
He's really got it down pat, hasn't he? Because honestly, that will stand you in very good stead when doing the interview circuit. Being able to spout that kind of rubbish is very, very excellent way to. Yes, there is indeed a cauldron in all of it. I can't wait to see this.
Jeremy, we are of course astonished. Congratulations. We look forward to paying for our download of our movie as soon as it's available.
So sorry, Jeremy, we can download it from when?
From Monday night, about 10 p.m. Australian time, Monday night.
Yeah, what's it in English time? I don't care about over there. What's it for where we are here?
Well, that'll be 11 a.m. Monday morning, I think, your time.
Fantastic. And having made the film, is it what you wanted it to be? Is it any good?
Oh, yes, it's excellent. It's the greatest film. Makes Pan's Labyrinth look like The Bounty Hunter. I mean, what do you expect? Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, it's been an interesting experience, to say the least. Sort of a guerrilla filmmaking experiment, shooting on trains without permits and shooting in hotels. And I'm quite pleased with how it turned. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out.
Yeah, I am now genuinely looking forward to it.
Jeremy,
I don't think I believed it existed until about 5 minutes ago.
Jeremy, thank you very much indeed. We wish you all the best. We look forward to seeing that when we can download it on Monday. All the best to you, Jeremy.
Thank you indeed, Dr. M and Dr. K.
Thank you.
There you go. Our Australian disciple.